Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Sandra Williams. Our focus this morning has been on the live theater. We just wrapped up a conversation with the Milwaukee Reps artistic director, Mark Clements, and we're now being joined by the award-winning artist, Alexis J. Roston. She'll be taking the stage in First Lady of Song. Alexis J. Roston sings Ella Fitzgerald. How are you, Alexis?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Andrea?
I'm doing very well. So good to see you. It's been
Good to
a
see
minute.
you. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
The last time I saw you here in Milwaukee, I believe you had taken on the role of Billie Holiday in Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill at the Rep. You did an amazing job.
Oh,
And
bless you.
now here we are, and you're going to be giving us a tribute to Ella Fitzgerald. So I'm excited to talk about this. But first, before we get into this upcoming performance, kind of tell us how the past year with the pandemic has been for you as an artist, because we know it has hit the industry extremely hard. So kind of give us an idea of how you've kind of maneuvered through things up to this point.
With faith and hope and just love in my heart because honestly, you don't have room for anything else. There's so many things coming at you in this pandemic, not being able to work, which affects finances, not being able to create in a way that you're gifted to do. Like live theater is all I've done for the most part. I mean, there are other industries, but even those industries like film and television had shut down for such a long time. Everybody's slowly coming back into it. But yeah, I thrive for live theater. So I was like, wow. I've gotten a few opportunities to do some helpful things with various theaters via Zoom,
Mhm.
but it's nothing like having that immediate gratification of feeling what the audience has for you, and them taking that hour and a half ride with you, just putting everything down to be in this story with you. So yeah, I really, really miss that. And I did have my own challenges. Just went in for a routine surgery and ended up in the ICU for like a month.
Oh, wow.
Um, so it's been a real challenge, like life threatening challenging
Wow.
time. Yeah. So
Well,
I'm
I'm even
grateful.
happier to
Yeah.
have you here with us. Won't he do it? Right?
Won't
So
he? Yes, he did it. He
I'm
did it.
glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're one of the first shows that's kicking things off at the Milwaukee Rep after all the theaters pretty much have gone dark, and everybody's thought outside of the box and done a lot of things online. Thank goodness for technology, but like you said, there's nothing like having those artists right there on the stage, and then being a part of the audience to really take in everything that you are there to give. So it is, in fact, good news. So let's talk about this performance you have coming up. Lady Ella was the most popular female jazz singer, one of the most in the US for more than half a decade. She won 13 Grammys, sold over 40 million albums. So, talk about what it takes for you to really kind of sit in a space and embody all of these things that she brought to the stage, because I know you're not trying to uh, emulate her per se, but really just understanding the music and adding your own little touch to it.
Absolutely. One thing it takes is a lot of courage and a lot of nerve.
It is Ella Fitzgerald.
It's Ella Fitzgerald. But I approached Ella with a lot of um, humility. She was jazz personified, and she had a lot of joy in her singing. And so as I'm learning the songs and speaking about her various instances in her life and career, I am really trying to make sure I tap into the joy of it all because I
Mhm.
never heard her sing much where I didn't hear that joy, you know. So I really do have to come from that place of lifting up.
Mhm.
And with this being the first show back, it's important because we've been so downtrodden, and
You
so
can say that
I
again.
want, yeah, I want the people to come in and really um, be happy and blessed and moved and joyous. So that's the first thing I do is try to pull that out. And when it comes to Ella, because she was such a bright and pristine sounding woman, I have to put down alcohol like a month out, I have to get my rest. I also have to make sure that I'm hydrated nonstop because you don't want it to come across as it won't be Ella, but you want it to still sound amazing, and then you
Right,
want people to
right.
get into the feel of Ella. You coming there all raggedy sounding, people like, now wait a minute. That's one of the cleanest sounds I've ever heard, so
Wow.
you can't half step that. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I make sure that I vocally and physically am geared up. I get back into the gym, for what that's gonna do.
No, it really does matter treating that voice as your precious, precious, right? So,
It's
I mean,
precious when it comes to
that's
Ella.
all that you have to give us right there on that stage. Is there going to be anyone else on the stage with you, or is you and maybe
It's a band.
a
Yeah,
band?
4 piece
Okay,
band.
so this is
Yeah.
live music, not a track playing. This is going to be so good. I'm excited about it. And looking at Lady Ella and her music, she worked with all the jazz greats like Duke Ellington, Nat King Cole, Dizzy Gillespie, even Frank Sinatra. So I guess that's more like big band, but
Yeah.
still, the songs and the music and just the classic thoughts that go with these songs that you're going to be singing. So, what's your favorite to perform?
Our love is here to stay. That's my jam. It's something about how I think it's the juxtaposition of how Ella was really, really shy and reserved, but this song is real, seductive and frisky, and it makes me feel so good. It just oozes all over me when I'm singing it, you know, and the band they just lay into it in such a way that it just, it's, it's what I need, and I also look at it as a tribute to her because her music is amazing. You know what I mean? And I want her music to live on forever. So it's like me saying to Ella, hey, girl, our love is here to stay for your music and for who you are and what this legacy you left us. So, yeah, that's my favorite.
I love that when you talk about how amazing her music is. I mean, you think about the fact that she took like a nursery rhyme, a tisket, a casket,
Right.
made a hit song. The album goes #1 and it sold 1 million copies, and
That's
she was
Ella.
like, what, 21 years old. This was back in 1938. And that kind of set the tone for who she was going to be and what she was bringing to the table. So when we think of some of the songs that we may hear, I'm
Mhm.
guessing Summertime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And gotta sing It Don't Mean a Thing If You Ain't
Absolutely.
Got That Swing.
That's
Do
it.
not, do not do it now. I can't help but
Mm.
do that every time I say it. So we can look forward to those. And I wanted to talk a little bit about you because you've got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in musical theater from Howard University.
Yes.
That's in
Ain't you?
Washington, D.C. HU, you know. And you say your education at HU definitely helped pave the way to where you are today. And what I love most is that you were actual classmates with the late, great Chadwick Boseman.
Literal
Talk about
classmates.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and every beautiful thing that you've ever heard about that man is absolutely correct and spot on. He was a consummate artist. I mean, like just top notch, always on it. He always was like that. You know what I mean? There was no doubt that he would be the kind of artist that he ended up being. There was never a doubt in anybody's mind because he was always that way.
And it's kind of amazing how he was able to play, all these different characters, Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall.
Icons.
but you're the same. Think about it. You've done Billie Holiday, you're doing Ella Fitzgerald. It's really like right along the same lines. So, just what advice would you have for someone who would like to really travel the path of being a performer, especially for a live audience?
Oh, wow. It's definitely not for the faint at heart.
Mm,
And the finished product is exactly that, the finished product. There's so much work that goes into it, and you have to be very dedicated. You have to be vigilant. You have to make sure that you believe in what you are offering, because if you don't believe in it, nobody else will. And
mm,
honestly, my alliances, my networks, they played a huge part as well. I had great professors that were in the business that made sure that once they saw the gift and thought that I had the goods to go forward, that they promoted me. So right now, if you're just starting, you got to promote yourself. You know,
mhm.
I'm so glad for when I came up in this business, because this technology stuff, woo, mind is
It's
still blown.
overwhelming,
It's
right?
overwhelming. You hear? But
It's
these
time consuming.
Yeah, and these young folks, God bless them. They know how to do it. They better do it, because it's also a tool.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also a tool to get them out there in front of the people. Produce as much as you can, young folks. It's gonna help you in the end, honestly.
Well, I thank you for just being with us today and giving us an opportunity to hear from you because, you're going to take that stage and people will already feel like they know you and a little bit more about you. So, definitely looking forward to it. We're just days away now. So, I will be there on opening night checking you out. Continued
Thank
success to you,
you.
Alexis.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
You as well. Thank you. You can see Alexis in First Lady of Song. Alexis J. Roston sings Ella Fitzgerald, April 27th through May 23rd at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater. Visit milwaukeerep.com or call the ticket office at 414-224-9490. That is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues, Milwaukee. Have a great day.